I can sum up my views on this bill very briefly. I really like the idea of Kiwi families being eligible to share their income for tax purposes, and I do like it because it's pro-choice and it's pro-families. I do, however, in relation to this particular bill, reserve, I suppose, my judgment on the practicalities of it, particularly in the tough times we are in, when this policy will be an expensive one to the taxpayers' coffers, and therefore I think we really do have a high threshold to cross. It must be a very high quality law before it would in the end analysis be signed up to by the National Party. But can I say why I like the idea again, and perhaps do so with an example? I went very recently to a decile 10 school in my electorate, so a fantastic little school, as I say, the highest decile rating that can be achieved. So very, if you like, wealthy parents. But what I was astounded to learn when I went into the first year class of new entrants coming in was a teacher saying to me that over the last 5 or so years, she had noticed a real change whereby children were coming in who didn't know the alphabet, who didn't even know numbers, and who didn't know any nursery rhymes. And the growth in these children was astounding. And we talked about it, a bit about this, and effectively we came to the view that it was because, look, mum and dads both work, and they're busy, and they get home and they're tired and the like. Now this bill, or this idea at least, would be pro-choice, pro-families. It would allow families actually to do something about that, to have more options, and it could, and I'm not going to be naive about it, but it could be a nudge in the direction actually of ensuring children get a much better start. Now I know that the Labour Party says, well, yes, but it does nothing to address child poverty, and child poverty is very important. No one disputes how important child poverty is. No one disputes what an issue we have with child poverty in this country. But that is not a reason in principle, Mr. Speaker, not to do something actually for other families who may not be scraping the bottom of the barrel, but who nevertheless actually would deserve and could do with some additional choices which the idea of income sharing provides for. So, as I say, I very much like this idea. I'm looking forward to seeing how things go through the Select Committee process. There are serious practical issues. There is the cost of this policy, but in principle, a very good idea, Mr. Speaker. Excellent.